welcome to Girl Workouts. My name is Emmy. I'll be your instructor for these next 30 minutes. This is a 30-minute full body workout, high intensity interval training, so HIIT style using the Pilates principles. Lots of modifications, very low impact, very apartment friendly. There's not going to be any jumping, and all you need is a flat surface, no equipment needed. I hope you guys are listening to your favorite tunes. I will link my Spotify playlist for this workout specifically, but let's work out. All right, so we really want to be able to warm up our body first. So we're going to start in a 1-minute plank. So we're going to start in a 30-second forearm plank hold here. Remember, at any point, you can lower your knees down towards the mat. After 30 seconds, I will cue you. You're going to lift up into a high plank and you're going to hold just like so. If you have any wrist issues, please just hold in your forearm plank. And remember, you can always take breaks. You can do the whole thing down on your knees, but let's warm up our bodies. All right, guys, let's start. Put on your favorite music, and we're going to get started in that forearm plank hold in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go for it. So we do want to warm up our full body here. I want to make sure that you're drawing the lower belly in. You're squeezing your glutes together, and if you do have your feet together, really squeeze your ankles together. Now, something that you can do to make this just a little bit easier is to walk your feet further away from one another and clasp your hands together, just to give you a little bit more support. Just like that, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's meet in a high plank. Again, if you have any wrist issues, you're just holding down in that forearm plank hold. Now, I really want to make sure that in this high plank, wrists in line with shoulders, you're pushing the floor away from you, chin is away from your chest, drawing the lower belly in and squeezing the glutes together. Again, to give yourself a bit more support, you can always walk your feet further away from one another. So just like that, we have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, you guys, that was awesome. Good work. We're going to go straight into some core work. So this is going to be HIIT style, 20 seconds of an exercise with a pulse. I love a pulse in my workouts. So we're going to get started with lifting our legs up towards the ceiling. You're going to reach for the opposite foot. So I personally like to bring one hand behind my head, reach for your toes, and then reach for the opposite toes, reaching a little bit higher every single time. So it's going to be 20 seconds, and then 10 seconds afterwards you decide. You can either have your hands up like this and give me a little bit of a pulse. I like to bring my hands behind my head, especially if my head's feeling a little bit heavy, to give it support. Pulse for 10 seconds. Then we're going to bring our feet down towards our mat. We're going to go into some ankle taps. So you're going to reach for one ankle, and then you're going to reach for the other. You don't have to go fast in these workouts. I really want to make sure, though, you're exhaling with every single reach. So you'll notice the closer your heels are towards the glutes, the easier it will be. At any point, you can walk your feet further away from your glutes to make it a little bit more challenging. It's going to be 20 seconds, then I will cue you 5 seconds. You're going to hold to one side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you pulse, I'll tell you to switch. You're going to pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the other side before you lift your feet and you go right back into reaching for your toes. Now, modification, if you feel like your hips are super tight and it maybe starts to feel a little bit tight to have your feet up, just bring your feet down towards the mat, interlace your hands behind your head, and give me some normal pulses like this with a 10-second pulse, okay? We want to make sure that we're doing this in the healthiest way, and you know how you're feeling today. Let's work out our core in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's reach. So you reach and reach and reach, okay? So hopefully you guys have some good tunes on. I am so music motivated. So play your favorite song. I even like to do some of the songs to the beat of the music. All right, you guys, you're exhaling every single time. Get ready for that pulse in 3, in 2, in 1. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down right away. You reach for your ankles. So reach and reach. I really want to make sure in these workouts we're not seeing how many we can do in one set, but how much can you control the movement and how much can you link your breath with your movement. All right, you guys, we have 3, 2, 1. Hold to one side and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, legs up, let's reach. So it's right away, just activating, different parts of our core here. So reaching a little bit higher every single time. And don't forget about that modification. You can always lower your feet down towards your mat. You have that second pulse in this set coming up in 3, 2, 1, let's pulse. Remember, you can have your hands behind your head, or you can lift your fingers up and reach for the toes for 3, for 2, for 1, feet down, let's reach and reach. Now, I like to bring my hand behind my head for this because I do feel like my neck and my head get really heavy. But of course, if you can also just reach for your ankles without any support on your head. So we have those pulses coming up, getting ready for that in 3, 2, 1. Hold to one side, pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, legs up, let's reach. So this is our second last round of these exercises, 4 rounds of each exercise, 8 rounds total to really get that core activation, to really work out our core. Again, you can always bring your feet down towards the mat. Get ready for that pulse in 3, in 2, in 1, pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, feet down, let's reach. Let's see if we can bring our feet a little bit further away from our glutes here as we reach and we reach. So starting to feel that burn. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but I definitely do. If it's burning, it's working. So let's get ready for that pulse in 3, 2, 1. Pulse to one side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, this is it, legs up, let's reach. Again, if it's too much for your hips, you're just giving me these up and down normal crunches every single time. Otherwise, because this is the last one, how high can you reach? Reach beyond those toes. Get ready for your final pulse of this exercise in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, you're almost at the end here. Let's reach. Reach beyond the ankles here. Definitely going to feel this tomorrow. Reach a little bit further. Make sure you're not holding your breath. You're really breathing through this movement. All right, you guys, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oof, let that go. Grab a sip of water. If you want to give yourself just a little bit of a stretch here, you can do a little bit of a cobra stretch just to allow your core to stretch it out since we did work it quite a bit. You can be in child's pose as I show you the next exercise. I'm just going to grab myself a little bit of water, guys. You're doing awesome. Oakley dokley, we're going to go into a side plank and plank sequence. Now, I don't know about you guys, but especially for me, I find side planks quite challenging, so I do like to give myself quite a bit of support within these movements. So I'll show you 3 different ways that you can do your side plank. So this is the first way. In a full side plank, we're going to be down on our forearms, so you decide whichever forearm you want to start with. Stack your feet together, flex your toes in towards the face, and lift that top arm up towards the ceiling. This is a full side plank. Make sure your hips aren't sinking down towards the floor. Draw the lower belly in and reach up. The second thing that you can do to give yourself a little bit more support, the first thing I should say, is to bring that top foot in front of you. This just allows you to give a little bit more support here. Or if that's too challenging, you can keep your bottom knee down on the mat, extend your top leg, extend your arm up towards the ceiling, and you can hold just like so. So you're just giving yourself that modification to allow you to have a good form, but still able to prep to eventually go into a full side plank. 30-second hold. Then we're going to go into another form of forearm plank, but instead of holding like we did the first time, we're going to go into some hip dips. So just dropping your hips from side to side. You can always lower your knees down towards the mat as you bring your hips from side to side. Then we're going to go into a high plank. And you're just gonna bring your feet a little bit wider. You're gonna bend your knees, you're gonna sink your hips back, and then you're gonna explode the weight forward. So I want you to inhale as you bend, exhale as you explode forward, going into that load and explode. It's 30 seconds. Before you go, you finish up this sequence by doing your side plank on the other side. Again, giving yourself that modification if you need to. 30 seconds before we stand up and we do our legs. All right, you guys, it's gonna be quick, getting it over with. We're not gonna do another plank. We're really like working our arms at the same time, core, full body. It's amazing, you're amazing. Let's do this. So you decide whatever one you want to start with. Just remember which side you started on, because then we have to finish on the opposite side. So choosing the modification that you would like, get ready to hold for 30 seconds in 3, in 2, in 1, let's go. I always find side planks are quite challenging. So when I start to feel that my hips are maybe sinking down towards the floor, maybe I'm not getting a good form, I do like to bring that top foot in front. Again, you can bring your knee down towards your mat at any point, just like that. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let that go. So we're gonna go on our forearms, we're gonna go into those hip dips. Remember, you can always lower your knees down towards the mat the entire time or whenever you see fit. So get ready for that in 3, in 2, in 1. You're gonna bring your hips from side to side. Again, modification, lower your knees down towards the mat. If it feels a bit challenging here, you can always clasp your hands together. You can always walk your feet further away from one another. So really targeting our obliques. Let's see if you can control the movement. You can breathe through it. Less than 10 seconds left. Remember, we're gonna go into that high plank. We're gonna go into the low and explode in 3, 2, 1, high plank. Walk your feet a little bit further away from another. You're gonna bend the knees, sink the hips back, and then explode the weight forward. So let's see, can you inhale as you bend? Exhale to explode forward. Looking to control this movement, really linking your breath with the movement. We're not seeing how fast or how many you can do. All right, you guys, just a little bit more. Keep that going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, let that go. Okay, so let's just finish it up right away on the other side. Whatever side you did the first time on your side plank, opposite side this time. Okay, guys, get ready. In 3, in 2, in 1, side plank, let's hold. All right, you guys, you might start to notice that maybe one side feels a little bit stronger or weaker. And we also did a lot so far, a lot of planking. If you need to, don't hesitate to bring that top foot forward. Remember, it's all about the form. If you're lacking the form, you might have a more risk of injuring yourself. So really make sure you're giving yourself that modification. All right, guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, guys, you're doing awesome. Grab a sip. I hope you're listening to some good tunes. We're gonna actually stand up now. And we're gonna go into a leg sequence. This right here is one of my favorite legs, but it's gonna burn. So fair warning here, but this is what we're gonna do. Sumo squat sequence. HIIT style. So normal squat, you know, your feet are about hip width apart. I want you to heel toe your feet out so your hips are actually wider than your feet are wider than your hips. Instead of your toes facing forward, they're actually slightly turned out. You're gonna sink down low and then squeeze the glutes at the top. Just looking here from the side, I don't want you to stick your glutes out to the side and lean forward. Imagine as though you're sliding down a wall behind you. So you actually wanna keep the tailbone tucked and drawing the lower belly in as you come down and up. So it's actually gonna be 20 seconds. Sumo squat. Don't have to go fast, so whatever works for you. But then, this is where it gets juicy, okay? 10 seconds. Just give me a hold, nothing to it. 10 seconds after that, you're gonna give me a pulse, staying down low. Now, if you can, I don't want you to get up, because this is where it gets extra juicy. So 20 seconds, you're gonna stay low. You're gonna lift one heel, lower, one heel up, lower it down. So one heel at a time. You're like, okay, that's pretty easy, but then we're gonna hold for 10 seconds, You're gonna pulse for 10 seconds. You're not gonna shake your legs out. You're just gonna come right back up and go right into the first exercise that we did, okay? We're gonna do this for a couple of rounds. It feels so juicy. Every time I do this, I'm like, why are you doing this? But then I feel it the next day, I get stronger. So I'm like, okay, thank you. But it's going to burn. So I hope that you guys have your favorite song playing right now. And I really highly encourage you to not lift up. You wanna like just make sure that you're in that squatting position until I tell you to go back into your sumo squats. All right, guys, I'm gonna be with you the entire time. So again, remember, feet wide, tuck the tailbone down, draw the lower belly in. Core is strong, core is working in your legs. Get ready, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. So again, you don't have to follow the same pace that I'm going here. You can take it at your own pace, fast, slow. Just really make sure that you are breathing through it. If you're ever holding your breath, you're actually working a little bit too hard, and we really want to make sure that you're breathing through the movement. All right, 3, 2, 1, you're just gonna hold here for 10 seconds. Easy peasy, right? So draw the lower belly in, tailbone down, chest is up, core is strong, pulse in 3, 2, 1, tiny pulses. I like to bring my hands out here. All right, maybe you're trying to feel a little bit of a burn. I feel a little bit of a tingle. But now we're gonna stay low, don't lift up. In 3, 2, 1, stay low, lift one heel up, lower it down, lift the other heel, lower it down. All right, so don't know about you, starting to feel a little bit of a burn. But breathe through it, listen to your music, listen to your tunes. You're gonna hold, don't lift up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 10 seconds. If you are super up for the challenge, you can hold here with your heels up. My legs always shake in this. In 3, 2, 1, you can pulse. You can also pulse with your heels up. That is a little bit too much for me, but again, if you're up for the challenge, you can give it a try. In 3, in 2, in 1, now you lift up and down. Okay, so this is a little bit of an active recovery. The blood is now flowing in your full legs. You're really squeezing the glutes at the top here. 10 more seconds before we go into that same sequence, right? We're gonna do a 10-second hold, 10-second pulse. Try to stay down low. 3, 2, 1, you're just holding for 10 seconds. I know you're probably gonna start hating me in a little bit because I don't know about you, I'm already starting to feel the burn. If it's burning, it's working, burning. 3, 2, 1, and pulse. Stop talking, Em. Do the workout. Okay, so we're gonna stay down low. Even though it's burning, guys, stay with it. 3, 2, 1, lift the heels and lower. Lift the heel and lower. Try to stay down low as best as you can. If you listen to this again every time, just that challenge. See how much you can stay down low without lifting up. All right, you guys, so we have that 10-second hold, 10-second pulse coming up. In 3, in 2, in 1, hold 10 seconds. Again, if you are up for the challenge, lift your heels up. Make sure you're staying down low. You're gonna pulse here in 3, in 2, in 1, pulse. Woo! Oh my goodness, you guys. You got this. Just breathe through it. I feel the shake. I feel the burn. In 3, 2, 1. Lift up. This is always my favorite part. Woo! All right, down and up. Down and up. You got it. Down and squeeze. Down and squeeze. Less than 10 seconds. I like talking through all of my workouts because it's the only way to keep myself distracted. 3, 2, 1, hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pulse. Pulse through it, breathe through it. You got this. You're way stronger than you think. We have those heel raises. Don't even think about it. Just let your bodies do the work. In 3, 2, 1, lift one heel, lower, up, down, stay low, up, down, up, down. You got this. 10 more seconds. Stay with it. Don't quit. Yes, I'm saying this to myself. All right, you guys, so check this out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't lift up. You have a 10-second hold. You have a 10-second hold and a 10-second pulse. We're going to do the sequence just one final time. Please stay with it. You got this. In 3, 2, 1. We pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hate myself a little bit, but we got this. Okay, this is the motivation. Every time I have a final set, the final set feels easy breezy beautiful in a way, because you know you're almost done. You're not gonna have to do this again. You have 10 more seconds, guys. How low can you go? Can you go a little bit lower? Can you squeeze a little bit more at the top? Yes, you can. You have 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, 10-second hold. 10-second hold, breathe. Draw the lower belly in. Good, you got this. We have a pulse in 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a challenge, guys. Up, down. You got this. Up and lower. Woo! Up and down. I'm sweating. Up and down. You got this. Stay with it. Don't quit. You have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got this, guys. It's a 10-second pulse. Can you do this for me? Can you come down just a little bit lower? You're almost there. You're almost done for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, guys. You are amazing. We're going to feel that tomorrow. It feels awesome. Feels good. So just to give you a little bit more, we only have a couple more minutes of this workout, right? It's only 30 minutes. Grab some water. We have just some cardio moves that are also going to work our arms. We're going to finish off with some glute bridges to activate our glutes one more time. That's it. That's all. We're going to be done. This is just going to be a couple of rounds of our cardio moving into our glutes. So it's going to look like this. You're going to go into a 20-second mountain climber. So your knee goes in, in, in. You can take it super slow. You can really go fast. If you want to work your cardio and really get your heart rate up, go as fast as you want. Maybe follow the beat of your favorite song. Then 10 seconds afterwards, right away, plank jacks. Out, in, out, in. You can just step it out. You can jump it out. Remember, it's only 10 seconds. You come down here. You just take a rest, take a breather for a couple seconds before we go right back. We're just gonna do this 3 times, okay? Just to get our heart rate up. Our heart rate is already up from doing all of our legs. But guys, let's go for it, okay? Get ready. In 3, in 2, in 1. Let's do those mountain climbers. In, in. Remember, push the floor away from you, chin away from your chest. In. You have 10 seconds. Maybe you're going in. Exhale, 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 exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right away, plank jacks. Out, in. You can step it out. You can jump it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Take a second, take a breather. It's good to have a little bit of a rest, but then we're gonna do the same exercise again. All right, you guys, you got this. Remember, we just have 2 more rounds. You can do it. You got this. In 3, in 2, in 1. Mountain climbers, we go in. Remember to breathe, you guys. Maybe really use that exhale. If it gets a little bit too much, you can go on your forearms. You can hold in a plank. You have those plank jacks in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's go out, in. Breathe. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Oh my goodness, you guys. Rock stars. You got it. Just like that. Last time. So take a breather. You'll have some water after this, okay? So stay with it. All right, you guys. 3, 2, 1. Don't even think about it. In. Breathe. Good. Draw the lower belly in for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank jacks for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. All right, you guys. Killing it. Grab some water. Let me show you what we're going to do for the last little part of our workout. My favorite thing to do, I'm probably going to have it in most of my classes. So we're gonna do our glute bridges. Feet about 6 inches apart, hip distance apart, toes facing forward, ankles in line with knees. Make sure that you're not overarching your lower back. You do want to make sure you have a neutral spine. So when you lift your legs up, you're squeezing your glutes together and you're keeping the shoulder blades up off the mat. A good way to check in without lifting your head, you can still see your kneecaps visible. If you can't, you just go a little bit higher, okay? So draw the lower belly in, shoulder blades down towards your mat. We're just gonna lift our hips up and down. The last few songs of my playlist, you can really work your glutes at the same time, going up and down, or you can follow my lead, okay? All right, guys, let's do this. In 3, in 2, in 1. You go up and down, up and down. You squeeze and down, you squeeze and down. All right, you guys, so you can really press down into your palms here to give yourself a little bit more support. Or you can lift your arms up towards the ceiling. You go up and down, up and lower. Good. Up, down, up and down. I really want to make sure that you're squeezing your glutes together, especially at the top. Good. You squeeze and down. Make sure that your knees, they're not coming in and out. You're stabilizing them by also firing up your inner thighs here. You're drawing the lower belly in, maintaining a neutral spine. In just a few seconds, you're going to keep your hips elevated. You're going to move your heels down and up in 3, 2, 1. Hips up. Lift your heels. You can walk your toes a bit closer towards the glutes as you go down and up. Down and up. So you're keeping your hips elevated. You're squeezing your glutes together. You're really engaging the core. What we're working right now are our calf muscles. Down and up. Down and up. You're only here for a couple more seconds. We're then going to bring our heels, we're going to keep our heels up, and we're going to bring our hips down and up in 3, 2, 1. Heels up, hips down and up. Down and up. Woo! Really feeling those legs that we did today in our workout. You guys, this is going to be the only bridge that we're doing for today, okay? So it's going to be a little bit longer. Stay with it, but I promise you, you're almost done your workout, okay? Take a break if you need to. Come back when you're ready. If it's too much to have your heels up, just lower them down towards the mat. All right, guys, you're going to give me tiny little hip pulses up towards the ceiling in 3, 2, 1. Stay lifted. Pulse, pulse, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. If you can, if your hands have been here the entire time, maybe give it a try. Lift your hands, oh my goodness, up towards the ceiling as you pulse and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Guys, stay with it. You're going to bring your heels down towards the mat. We're going to go right back into moving our hips up and down in 3, 2, 1. Heels down, hips down and up. Ooh, down and up. That's what I always feel it. All right, you guys. There's just going to be one more movement in this round of bridges, and then that's it. That's all. We're going to be done with our workout. I hope you can stretch after this workout to really stretch out your muscles. But we have a final pulse with our heels down towards the mat coming up. 3, 2, 1. Stay with it and pulse. Guys, spend the last couple seconds up here with me. Please, I need to feel your energy. Okay, guys, you have a couple more seconds. Yes, stay with it and pulse and pulse. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guys, that's all the time we have for today. Bring your knees in towards the chest. I hope that you enjoyed this workout. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for working out with me, and have an amazing day.